So, welcome back, Good Life Riders, and here we are, the adventures of the Victory and the Harley. Going for a ride with my brother. We are going to go to the Steel City Bike Show. Going to go on a little ride here in Kansas on our way there, and we're going to bring you along for the ride. So this will be the first bigger ride of over 100 miles that my brother and I are going to do together. We tried pairing our Sennas, and my Senna 30K is not making good connections, so we don't get to talk to each other. He has a Senna 10S, or 10S, and I have a 30K, and mine won't connect right. So more than likely you have gotten to see quite a bit of group rides here recently. Today is actually the first weekend in June. Date is June 6th, 5th. Today is June 5th. Who knows when you're going to be watching this, because I have so many videos from this point that I still need to edit from lots of trips and lots of group rides. Today though, we are on a beautiful sunny day here in the Great Plains, the heartland of America. And my brother and I are going to go off and do a ride together. First of hopefully many. We want to eventually do some moto camping together. But first we gotta get a little bit more time riding together, or just getting him more time riding. His bike is now licensed. This is the motorcycle that he bought back in September of 2020. Actually, the day we went and got this bike for him was actually the day before I got COVID. Wound up getting him infected with COVID. He got his wife infected. It was just a great big chaotic passing of the COVID mess. But we all survived it. My brother has diabetes as well as I do, type 2 diabetes. But if you want to check out the video when we went and test rode this bike, we both actually fit on that. That is a Victory Vision Street. So tell me in the comments if you have other family members that ride, and if you ride together with family members. So I'm going to interrupt the story here for a little bit. I had this camera mounted on my RAM mount on my saddlebag, and it had this little mount, and see the little plastic connector there to the GoPro connection. It didn't really like that. So I'm going to rewind this so you can see it again in slow-mo and see how high the GoPro bounced before it landed here and ran for like another 20 minutes. It was actually running when we came back and found it. So I'm going to tell you a little story about how we came back and found it. So you can see here as it lets loose and it takes off, there's a little bit, you can maybe kind of see what the video of how high it's flying, but here's a couple of pictures. You can see there on the left side how high the camera is, And then here's another one, it's even a little bit higher. The camera actually, this is the setup of how I had it mounted with my RAM mount to the little connector by the saddlebag, and it just broke off from there. And so then we turned around and we rode all the way back, and it was probably close to about I don't know how many miles it was. I think we rode close to about 15-20 minutes at about 45 miles an hour. I was looking on this side of the road. My brother was looking on the other side of the road. And we just kept riding along looking for something in the road. And I happened to see the actual battery pack was laying in the road. So the camera actually disconnected from the battery pack and flew off. And the camera itself was lying in the grass.
Here it is.
So you can see the battery pack laying there in the road. I was waiting for, as you can hear, I was waiting for a truck to go by so I could turn around and go back and park my bike with the kickstand on the concrete and the wheels off the road. And so I turned around and went back and parked my bike. You can kind of see it there. It's a big old piece of plastic with the batteries laying in the road, and I do not have any idea why I stopped both of my cameras at this point and didn't film the actual finding of the GoPro. I didn't know if I didn't want to or what, but we did find the GoPro. Here is my actual GoPro 7. The crack on the screen was actually already there. There was actually absolutely no damage to the GoPro itself. This is a GoPro Hero 7 Black. This is the battery pack that I had. And as you can see, there's the slide-in little piece. Here's the other half of it. So it just broke loose here and on this side of it. But this is all of the pieces to the battery pack that were still left. This is what was in the middle of the road. And so I cannot recommend this battery pack for you to use if you are doing GoPro type stuff. The battery pack itself worked really great, but you have to find a completely different way to mount it because that did not work at all. And I have actually found that these through the Best Buy are no longer available. I don't know if they are available. Otherwise, they're a Digi refuel Digi battery, or I'll put it in a link in the video for what it actually is. So I know at the beginning of the video we talked about coming to the Steel City Motorcycle Bike Show, but you have to come back next week. You'll get to see some of that. This week I just wanted to show you a GoPro mount that you don't want to buy. It's a good battery, not a good GoPro mount. So thanks for joining us, and next week come back and we'll show you the Steel City Bike Show is what I can't remember what the name they called it, but so till next time, keep the sunny side up, keep the rubber side down, and as always, have an utterly awesome day.